Alright, today I want to do a quick demonstration of the Electro Harmonix HOG harmonic octave generator. I've had it for a few weeks now. I'm messing around with it. It's definitely pretty cool. Currently what I'm running everything through right here is my rack system. It's Angle E530 paired with a PV Classic 6060 stereo power amp. Also I have a BB Sonic Maximizer 42i, which is pretty much always on because I like it. And I have right here a MIDI verb. Actually, I have two MIDI verbs. Only one of them is being used, but it's in bypass. It's in bypass, so you're not hearing any reverb or anything through it, and power source at the top. All right, and there's the infamous HOG in all of its glory. I have the HOG. I have the footswitch controller, which I highly recommend you using, and I have the expression pedal, which I also highly recommend you using. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments on the striped pants. Yes, these are Zubaz pants from like 1991. They're still pretty awesome. I don't have anything else except for a little bit of compression going on right now, but I always have that on, so that's kind of just how it is. So here's the dry signal. And I'm going to activate the HOG. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I'm using a Jackson Soloist with EMG 8185s. Super lightweight soloist, to be more specific, using the neck pickup. So that's how I'm doing all this. Right now I just have the dry signal being ran through the HOG, as you can see by that slider right here. So I'm going to bring in some different voicings. Here's one octave and the original right here. I'll try this. Alright, so that's always cool. Let's add a fifth. Also cool. Let's start getting crazier. Here's one octave, two octaves and a third. Let's try this. So that's cool. Let's take away all these lower octaves. Let's just do some higher stuff. Alright. Here's 4 octaves, 3 octaves, 2 octaves and a third, and 2 octaves. Now I'm going to tell you, this is going to get really squealy. When you hit the 3rd octave and 4th octave, it starts to have like a digital chirp sound to it. Oh my. Very overwhelming. All you can really hear is the super high octaves. Let's bring it down a notch here. There we go. Let's try this. That's a pretty cool voicing. So right now you can see we have it on the octave bend. So when I use the pedal, so there's that. I can also switch this over to step bend, which is just that. It bends it up one step from whatever you're doing. Alright. Volume, classic volume. Now, the reason that you still heard something is because I had the dry signal being outputted right here. I can take this all the way down, and it works just like your normal volume. Just like that. Alright. Alright, now we have freeze gliss. Now I have a hard time mastering this, to be honest with you. So you hit whatever notes you want to play. This is like how you hold a chord. So I'm just going to hit a power chord. This is an A power chord. Alright, so hit it. And I just leave it in the toe up position. And with my dry turned up, now I can play over top of it. pretty much how that works. Freeze volume is kind of the same thing, except I can do volume. The wah-wah. Alright, the wah-wah on this is pretty weak, I'm not going to lie. Alright, so it's not the greatest wah in the world, but I suppose it works. Alright, filter. This one's actually pretty cool. Over here you have your filter settings, right here, your frequency and resonance, and these work very similar to your synthesizer filters, alright? So I'm just going to alternate pick a note, and then I'll slowly bring in the filter with the pedal. Do a chord. You can mess around with these settings. Alright, so that's that. Now, my favorite thing to do on here is mess around with the envelope. Alright, and I have a preset already right here where I've adjusted the envelope, and what that will do is that'll change pretty much the pick attack of whatever you do, so you get like a bowed instrument sound. So here's like, you know, my rough cello sound. I'm going to take out this dry signal. Excuse me. All right. I usually like to add a little bit of reverb to it, and it just makes it sound. Alright, so I really like that. Here is a very annoying, high-pitched synth lead. These things really come to life when you add the distortion. You know, so I am not a huge fan of that sound, although some people like it. They like that really high-pitched synth leady thing. Here's more of like just a regular octave type lead. Let me turn this reverb off. Like I said, these things really come to life when you add a little bit of distortion, so I'm going to turn the distortion down. This angle is a distortion monster. So in summary, I guess I could tell you that the HOG it's certainly a really cool pedal. The biggest complaint that I've heard about it, and that I understand, some people will say that it's really one-dimensional, which is kind of hard to imagine, you know, because it has all this crap on it. But I think when people say that, they lack some creativity, because yes, it can make a lot of organ sounds, it can do all sorts of stuff, but the real treasure in all this is all these different expression modes that it has. You know, especially just the ability to layer on top of chords, like hold and sustain chords and notes and play over top of them. Like that opens up a whole world of possibilities that a lot of people just haven't, you know, I guess, tried. I guess Electro Harmonix even sells a freeze pedal now, which is I'm confident that it's almost the exact same circuit that you're going to find in the HOG, because the HOG predates it by a few years.